And welcome back to my channel. So it has been a minute since I've actually sat down and filmed something for you guys. I had pre-recorded a video before, and before that I had been away for a little bit of time, and it's been a while, and I'm so excited to be filming again. I don't know if you could tell, but I actually got my hairs cut here, got some side bangs, so I'm feeling myself a little bit with this new haircut. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things that I've been using so much and religiously the last couple of months or weeks, I should say, and I just wanted to let you guys know about them. I guess you could say that this is like my October favorites, like a very late October favorites or like current favorite. There's not a lot of products here, but I always talk a lot, so we'll probably ramble in and we'll probably have a lot to talk about and condense down still. If you guys are interested in some of my current favorites, then just stay tuned and keep on watching. So let's start off with eyebrows, because I got these a while ago and I've really been testing them out, and so far I am in love with them. So these are two products from Billion Dollar Brows. Billion Dollar Brows sent over a care package for me to try out some stuff, and these were the two things that really stood out to me. And the reason they stood out to me are because these are the types of brow pencils that I like to use on my brows personally. So the first one is the Brows on Point waterproof micro brow pencil. I didn't even know that was waterproof. Look at that. It comes like this. It has a tiny spoolie, like teeny tiny spoolie on one end, and then you get the product on the other end, just like you would the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Taupe. It's in the shade Taupe, and I thought it was going to be too light for me, but you can see it right there. It's just a little bit, like a hair bit warmer than my natural hair color, excuse me, but I don't mind that. So that's the first product there. As you can see, it's like super pigmented, and what I like about this one is what I tend to like mostly in brow products. The product itself is pigmented, it blends out good, you can build it up easily, and it's easy to use. Sometimes brow products can be too stiff and it's hard to blend it out, or if you really put it on and it's very pigmented, you can't undo it kind of thing, and then that's when you get Sharpie brows. If you like Sharpie brows, I mean, all power to you. I personally don't. I like to build up my brow product that I'm using. So that's the first one there, and it works fantastic. This is really similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I think this is still cheaper. So that's the first one there, the Brows on Point. The next one is called the Triple Threat I can't even speak. The Triple Threat Triangular Brow Pencil, and it also comes with a spoolie on one end. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker because when you open it up, it has that same Anastasia Brow Definer type of style. It's like a triangle cut brow product, and this one is also in the shade Taupe. I like this one too just because it's a little bit thicker, so it's easier for me, once I have my shape down, just whoop go to it, or on the tails a little bit, and then get the brows done easily, because it already takes me forever and a day to do my brows. But this particular product is a little bit rougher than the Brows on Point. The Brows on Point is a little bit smoother and it goes on nicer than this one does, but I can still work with it. It's not like it's impossibly hard. I still prefer this one better because that's just my preference. But if you like the Anastasia Brow Definer style kind of brow product, this is probably your go-to. Work really well, and they are cheaper than the Anastasia ones. So these have been the two that I've been using non-stop these last couple of weeks. I've even posted about them on Instagram and stuff. So yeah, I've really been liking these. I want to talk to you guys about an eyeshadow palette that I'm so obsessed with and so in love with. I've been using it non-stop. I've already posted on it, and I'm so surprised that not that many people, or not as many people as I would assume, know about this brand, or at least don't talk about this brand. This is from the brand Bad Habit, and I got this on shophush.com, I think is what it's called. I got it for like 10 bucks, 11 bucks max. This is called the Retro Love Palette. And are you ready? When you open it up, it looks just like this. You get a thin mirror over here, but look at these colors. Do they not remind you of the Anastasia Subculture palette? This is literally a dupe for the Anastasia Subculture palette. It's like a third of the price, and this formula is actually really good. I was really nervous to try it out because sometimes dupes tend to be not so good quality, or not as good quality as the real thing, but I know the real one had like tons of controversy. Lots of people were liking it and lots of people the majority of the people hated it. So I really like the color scheme and I like the concept of the Subculture palette, but I just did not want to drop that money on something that wasn't going to be good. So when I saw that they had this dupe and it was like 10 bucks, maybe I should just pick this one up, and I did. And I thought, like, if it doesn't work out or if it's bad, I could always return it. If not, at least it's only $10 that I lost versus the 30 or whatever that the other palette cost. So I picked this up and I absolutely love it. Some of these shades are gorgeous. So I'll show you a shimmer shade, I'll show you this shade, and then I'll show you this shade right here. Look at that right there. So these shades are very pigmented, very buildable. They're so pretty, and literally, I mean, it's like the exact same palette. As you can see right there. I have noticed that they do have kickback on these. So you can see right here, there is a lot of kickback and fallout on it. Not as much as the Renaissance palette, surprisingly, but that's okay. The formula still blends out nicely. It's not like streaky. It's not hard to work with. You get all of the color scheme that you would get on the Subculture palette, but like I said, this is like 10 bucks and the formula is working so much better. I've been using this nonstop just because it's just such a creative palette and you can just do so many looks with it. I will find this and I will link this down for you guys, because if you've been wanting the Subculture palette but you've just heard way too many bad things, this might be the next best thing for you guys. So I will link that down below. Sticking with the eyes, there are some liquid eyeshadows that I've been using a lot and I've really been loving. And I'll talk about this one, and I kind of feel bad talking about this one because it's like a limited edition product and I don't even know if you can get it anymore, but if you can, you need to pick it up, and that's why I want to talk to you about it. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the metallic liquid eyeshadow. This is in the shade Aquatic Prism. So this is the eyeshadow that came out with the like Mermaid collection, and I know that that was like last collection ago. I don't know if you can still get it or not, but I used this for Halloween and I used it on a different night as like eyeliner, and oh my gosh, this shadow is incredible. I did like a black base on it with some like a pencil, like a NYX jumbo pencil. I did a black base on it and then I put this over it and it looked stunning. And maybe I'll put it over this one so you guys can see the reflect on it. It's so pigmented, it's so pretty. It's this one right here. You can see that like iridescence, like green glow to it, and look at that, there's like no streaks, no nothing. You know, it's just pure pigmentation and it's not sticky. And once you set it on, I mean, it's a little bit sticky because it's a liquid eyeshadow, but once you set it on, it stays in place and it stays this beautiful like turquoise kind of like blue-brown pigment style. It's so pretty. And like I said, it's a limited edition product, and I know it was last season or last collection or whatever, but if you can get your hands on this one, I totally recommend you get them. I almost wish I would have picked up the other shades. I didn't know it was going to be that beautiful, but I really, really like this one. If you love like blues and like really colorful kind of looks like that, you are going to love this one. But I have been shouting it out a lot on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, follow me there, because that's typically where I tend to post maybe like the most up-to-date stuff. That and Snapchat. Like if I get something, I will typically post on one of those before I post it even on YouTube. So moving on to other eyeshadows, these are the NYX Lingerie lid shadows. Eye tints. The NYX Lingerie eye tints. And I have two shades right here. This is in Bronze Mirage, and this one is in Sweet Cloud. So this is more like a rose gold and this is more like a bronzy shade. And I will show you swatches, but these also are really, really good quality. Not as pigmented as the Wet n Wild one, but they still are pretty pigmented. And they're not streaky at all. They're not a like metallic, like reflective gold or like jeweled kind of tone. I don't know why I did it on this hand. I suck at doing swatches right now apparently. But those are the shades right there. The top one is Bronze Mirage. This bottom one is Sweet Cloud. But as you can see right there, it's not streaky, it's not patchy. It goes on nicely. And I just love the way that these work. They don't like crust up on your eye like some other liquid eyeshadows that I've used, where like once you put it on, it like gets crusty or it falls off or the pigmentation goes away. It stays just as pigmented as you first swatch it on your eye. And it's just such an easy look. Sometimes I'll just hit like the crease area or the outer V with like a brown, dark brown, or a warm brown or something like that, and then I'll put on the Bronze Mirage all over my lid, and it's just such an easy, effortless look of just like blending it in and stuff. And they last a long time too. They don't crust on the eye and they last a long time, which is exactly what you want in a liquid eyeshadow. Oh my god, I'm going so fast because my battery's about to die. So now 2 powders to talk about. Let's just stick with this one because we're talking about like glowy stuff. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is from artist Couture. This is the Diamond Glow Powder in Illuminati. And I've used his powders before, and I have had some before. I think I had Conceited or another one like that. I used it, I loved it, it's great, but then I just like put them away for a while. I totally forgot about them. And then in my BoxyCharm a couple months ago, I got this shade here, and I'm so obsessed with it. It's so beautiful. Let me show you right here. Oh my god. It is so beautiful, so glowy, so reflective. So it's this one right here. You can't even see it that well. Right here, it's just so pretty. It's like a pale kind of gold, and on the face, it just makes you glow. Like, I'm not wearing it right now, but this is like an intense glow. See this like frosty, metallic, reflective, like beaming type of highlight. And I don't know, I just really love the way it looks. It's a little bit messy because it is a powder, but I like it that I can sometimes like do it on the inner corners real quick, or if I want to hit my brow bone a little bit, or just add it on top of like the highlight that I have going on already. It's just such an easy product. Isn't even doing justice at all. I think all the lights that are washing it out, but seriously, I've been in love with this highlighter. It's just been so pretty on the face. If you're looking for a good highlighter, these are amazing. They've always been amazing. I just kind of forgot about them for a little bit. The last product, because like I said, I didn't have that many products, and I kind of feel like I've maybe like talked a little bit too fast, so maybe this video might be like super quick. But the last product I want to talk to you guys about is a new product for me. This is from Too Faced. This is the Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This is the one when you open it up, it has that sifter on it. It has a sifter, and then it has a sifter underneath. That alone already like wins it for me, because you literally, this is such a lifesaver. It's still messy because it's a powder, but it really just stops the waste of powder. So many times when I like dunk it out and I'm like baking my face and stuff, just powder goes everywhere, and this one really eliminates it just because of the sifter. But aside from the sifter, I really do like this product too. I'm very picky when it comes to translucent powders because I can't have a flashback on it. I don't want it to look like super white against my skin. I don't want it to add too much color against my skin or my foundation. And I have really extremely dry under eye areas. So a translucent powder has to be like finely milled enough or soft enough that it's not going to upset my under eye areas and give me like, you know, bags and just like crinkles and stuff underneath there, because it's so dry. It's like the Sahara dry. I was a little bit skeptical of trying it, but I heard so many people, both oily skin and dry skin, say that this was such a good powder. So I thought I would go ahead and pick it up, and I absolutely love it. It really is everything everybody has been saying. It's very smooth. It's very finely milled. It has no smell to it. It doesn't go all over the place because of the sifter. And I think this one, I could be wrong. I want to say this is still cheaper than the Laura Mercier, not by a lot, but like maybe a couple bucks. I want to say it's still cheaper than the Laura Mercier, and it works just as well. Like, I never thought I would say that because Laura Mercier is my ride or die, but this one has been so good to me lately. I've used it to bake. I've used it just to set my under eye area. I've used it to clean up my contour and bronzer and stuff, and every single time it's done me no fault. And I've used it obviously in like video and like pictures and stuff, and no flashback, no nothing crazy on my face. So I've really been liking it. If you guys have been wanting to try it, or if you're looking to switch up your translucent powders, or the one that you're using isn't working for you, I definitely recommend you try this one out because it's been going pretty good. All right, so that is it for all of my favorites. I told you guys this was gonna be a quick 1-2 video. There was only a couple things to talk about, but leave it down in the comments. What are some things you guys are liking? I feel like next month I'm gonna have a lot of things because, as you're gonna see, I'm having some haulage coming to my channel because it was my birthday in October. Then the Sephora VIB sale, I had some points at Ulta. So there's probably gonna be a lot more things that I'm gonna be trying out. If you guys wanna keep up with me, you guys can check out my social media stuff. It will be linked down below in the description bar. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys like favorites videos, or if you guys just like me. And don't forget to subscribe before you head on out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.